Alright guys, let's take a look at creating multiple user accounts for your Mac. The reason you'd want to create multiple user accounts would definitely be if you're having a sub or if your students are going to get onto your computer and you don't necessarily want them to be able to access your files, but you want them to have an access point or some type of access to the internet. So let's take a look at it. In order to find multiple user accounts, we're going to look for the system preferences. That can be found in the on the dock rather, or you can go into the Apple menu, click the logo, and then click on System Preferences. So however you want to get there. After you're in System Preferences, you want to look and find Users and Groups and click on that guy. So after we click on Users and Groups, we're presented with this lock. It's because I have to unlock it to make changes, and so I'm just going to click on the lock and it's going to prompt me for my password for my computer. And so once I enter my password in for my computer and then hit unlock, I should be good to go. And then now I have actually the opportunity to change different types of login items, preferences for my password. I can change my password if I want to. And so just different preferences. I can also go to login options and pretty much have a list of options to choose from if I wanted to do that as well. But we are wanting to create a new actual user or a group. And so what we want to do is we want to click on the plus button. So after we tap on the plus button, we're brought to the new account type. And by default it's set to standard, and that's where you should just leave it as standard anyway, unless you wanted to go in and make it with parental controls or whatnot. So I'm just leaving that standard. I'm putting my name in, and I'm just going to put demo for this one. It also account name it automatically when I hit tab, put in the name, the account name, made it the same as my full name, but I can add to that or subtract from that if I want to. You have the opportunity to use the iCloud password that you use with your mobile devices, or use a separate password. I would recommend using this separate password when you're creating different users for the MacBook. And I'm just going to put in a password for that user and then verify it. You can put a hint in if you want, and so I'm actually going to just put the password in there and hit create user. So now after I hit create user, the user account that I created was dropped into the other users drop down box. And you might have seen groups. So I had already set up a group. We're going to go through that here in a sec. But these drop down boxes, you can just click on the arrow and kind of condense it if you want. But here is where you're going to have the option for login options like we shown earlier on my account. You can go in and enable parental controls for this account. Basically all the options that you would normally find in your regular accounts. And finally, just to show groups, if you hit the plus button and go to new account, you can go to group, and that's where you're going to name your group, and we'll just call this demo 2, create group. And so now we have a group called demo and a group called demo 2. And we're just going in, as far as membership goes, to select a user for what group. So after you are satisfied with the users that you have created for access to your MacBook, you can then just click on the lock button, and then that prevents further changes from happening accidentally, and you should be good to go. So I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you guys next time.